My wife friend-zoned me after 12 years, so I went cold and split every bill 50-50. I was married 12 years when my wife sat me down after our third therapy session and said the line that emptied me out. I only see you as my best friend now. I'm not attracted to you anymore. For 3 years, she'd been turning me down. I thought it was stress, kids, money, anything I could fix by trying harder. The therapist kept asking her the same plain questions. What changed? When did it die? Why me? Why now? Every answer from her was, I don't know. No reason, no event, no plan. She also said she'd built resentment because I spent too much time with our kids instead of her. I stared at my hands and tried to breathe slow. I asked for anything concrete I could do. Cut my hours? Date nights? Gym? Different haircut? She shook her head. You're just not what I want anymore, but you're a great co-parent and provider. On the ride home, I watched streetlights smear across the windshield while she scrolled on her phone. At home, I made her tea out of habit. She didn't touch it. Then one night she came home late, the house quiet, the kids sleeping, and she crawled into bed crying and begging me. I said no at first. She kept pushing and sobbing and saying she was scared of losing us. I gave in. Worst choice I've ever made. In the morning, she stared past me and said flat, I feel disgusted with myself. I have a rule about never sleeping with friends. That's what you are. It felt like a punch to the ribs that left the air stuck in my chest. I asked how I could fix it. What exactly made me so unattractive? She looked at the table, then at her phone. I don't know. She said she wanted to keep our roommate dynamic. Her words were neat and clean. I handle half the parenting, pay most of the bills, keep the house running, and she lives her life without the marriage part. Something in me flipped like a breaker. Fine, I said. We're roommates now. Starting now. I started the hard version of the 180. Full emotional detachment. No more little extras. No more morning coffee made her way. No more reminders about her deadlines. No more dry cleaning run on my lunch break. I moved back to the guest room. I stopped reaching for her hand when we walked past each other in the hall. I kept talk short and practical. School drop-offs, pickups, dentist times, grocery list. When she asked me to help move the heavy desk in her home office, I said, no. She blinked like she misheard me. Are you serious right now? Why are you being so petty? You said we're roommates, I said. Roommates handle their own projects. We didn't speak for 2 days except about the kids' schedule. The house felt like a library where you're scared to cough. A week into it, she stood in the doorway with tears in her eyes. Something is wrong with you. You're so cold. This isn't you. I sat on the edge of the couch with my hands folded and listened all the way through. When she finished, I said calm, this is the setup you chose. I'm focusing on myself like you've been doing for 3 years. She stepped toward me to hug me. I stepped back. Her face crumpled. I kept my voice even. I'm not crossing a line you set. I did my own laundry and left her basket by her door. When her printer jammed, I said, there's a manual in the drawer. When she texted me to grab her dry cleaning, I replied, use the app. I turned off the reminders I'd set for her meetings and removed my card from her subscriptions. It wasn't loud. It was just a quiet boundary. That night, I opened my laptop and made a spreadsheet. Every household cost went on it with 2 columns. Rent, power, water, garbage, gas, internet, phones, groceries, cleaners, streaming apps, car insurance, kids' lessons, field trips, uniforms, co-pays. I split each one 50-50, rounded to the cent, and added due dates. I texted her the sheet with a simple note. Friend split is 50-50. This is generous. Alone would be 100. My phone buzzed fast and non-stop. Ping, ping, ping. She called me cruel, unstable, out of nowhere. She stormed into my office after bedtime, voice high, hands shaking. You're being cruel. I'm your wife. No, I said quietly. You told me you're my friend. You told me that many times. Friends don't get husband benefits. She broke, real messy crying, shoulders jumping, the kind I hadn't seen in years. I didn't mean it like this, she said. I just needed space to figure things out. You've had 3 years of space, I said. You chose this. I'm respecting your choice. In the morning, she was waiting in the kitchen before my alarm, eyes red, hands wrapped around an empty mug. Can we please talk about this? She asked. We already talked, I said, pouring my coffee. You made yourself clear. I'm accepting the reality you gave me. She stood there silent while the machine clicked and hissed. I set the mug down, picked up my bag, and walked out to start my day. Now my family is saying I'm petty for going cold and going 50-50. Was I wrong?